Well, give me the premise of what you're going to say first.
I'm trying to, but you just keep complaining, so it's really difficult
No,
when you're
not
talking.
what
right?
you're going to say. The premise of what you're
Right.
going to say.
You're
Just
still
let him
talking.
finish.
Really hard for
Just
me to
let him
respond.
finish. Jesus.
Fine.
You guys are talking
Jovonn.
about the first woman who accused one of the first women who accused Weinstein, right? And
wasn't.
your reaction, I believe Declan was not. Is that not the story you guys were talking about, Declan?
I'm not bacon.
Oh,
I know, that's what I
shit.
said,
Get wrecked,
Declan.
Seth.
No, all I
Declan,
said to
were
say
you
is that
not
you
talking
guys,
about a
this is what
story?
you guys were talking about.
You guys were clearly talking about the woman, one of the first women that accused Weinstein of sexual harassment, right? Yes.
I was.
And in Bacon's response to that story, without saying the word Weinstein, but a response to the story involving Weinstein was another failure of the left. That's what I'm commenting on.
Yeah, but we've already addressed, at least I've already addressed your comment.
Yeah, that's over. We're
So I
past
don't
that.
know how
Move on,
I don't know
Seth.
how relevant it is to bring up the fact that Bacon was talking about it.
Well, no,
Bacon denied
Seth
talking
is
about it.
just.
What are you
Seth
talking
is
about?
Oh,
just.
shit.
Okay, this has gotten weird. Seth was just saying that in response to what Bacon said, and then Bacon, he was just defending why he said it because everybody was like, "Why did you say that?"
This is great. Fishing hooks all around.
I don't think Jovonn was defending you, Bacon.
I know he wasn't defending me. I didn't say he was. Did I say he was, Seth?
Jesus, it's like everyone's missing the mark on this fucking
Jesus
conversation.
Christ. yeah, you are.
What am I missing, Seth?
Oh,
You
shit.
guys are giving my
Just
AIDS
about every
cancer.
mark on this whole
We need to see a
conversation.
photograph
Wait,
of this woman that
Seth?
had committed the apparent rape.
Seth, what am I missing here?
It's hold on, Asia
I can't even
Argento.
Argento.
Yeah, we need to see what she looks like. This will decide whether or not it was a rape or not.
She wasn't.
Go ahead, Seth.
Let me snip it.
And you're clear, Seth.
What am I clear of, Bacon?
Take 4.
I know you're going to be ultra sensitive today, with what happened to Trump, but maybe you should just calm down, Bacon.
And go.
Seth,
That's not bait.
what's with all these pot shots of bacon?
She fucked a 17-year-old. Do that boy. I would high five him.
Seth
I'm
has a
just
lot
talking
of hate
about
in his
putting life
heart.
together. That's all.
Something happened as a child. He probably didn't get that special Christmas gift he wanted under the tree that year. And so, it's finally taken out on me. He found somebody he can hate.
Bacon.
There
you
is
do not
nothing
want
that
to-
will
Great.
stir the pot
You're-
worse.
You're a great guy,
than
Seth. I
making
love you,
a
man.
certain political persuasion.
I
Like
wish
just
we could bury
the
this
mere fact that
happening.
I said the left, and Seth's like,
Declan, you
Declan said the left, and my response was, "Wait, I thought Weinstein was on the
Yeah, you immediately jumped up out of your chair.
on the left." Right, I'm the one triggered, the one who can't
Libtards
finish a sentence
destroyed.
because
Facts
all the
of-
conservatives are super mad.
leftist libtard.
Calm down, Seth. Calm down.
Right.
Yeah, but Seth, what is your opinion on the whole Cohen and also Manafort? Like, they're basically going to jail, from my understanding.
Cohen probably for a lot less longer than Manafort, but yeah.
Yeah, but he's still
when you,
like,
Chrissy, when you break the law, you go to jail.
Yeah, but this guy.
Unless Trump pardons you.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be suspicious?
Joe Arpaio.
Did he pardon him?
Arpaio broke the law.
Kind of like that guy.
Joe
Kind of
Arpaio-
like when you said Mueller was going to get fired in 2 days and he didn't.
Bacon. Joe Arpaio broke the law. Is he in jail?
He didn't break the law.
He
Yeah, he
did
did.
break the law. He was found in contempt of court. There's no
Jovonn,
there's
I don't
no
wanna
way
play
around
with you.
this. He was convicted. He broke the
Oh
law.
my God, Bacon! Come on, have some decency. Oh my God.
Bacon, what was Joe Arpaio convicted of?
I'm not talking to you anymore.
Oh my God.
Bacon, I'm on your side, buddy, but that was terrible.
Oh my God.
No, I'm just kidding. Honestly, I don't remember. I think it had something to do with illegals or something. I don't remember.
Joe
What's
Arpaio and
illegals?
wait, was Joe Arpaio the Arizona
The
sheriff or the?
yeah,
Yeah.
the one with the pink underwear. He made all the prisoners wear pink.
Oh, that guy's a
Arizona.
monster.
That's,
He has
he's a
Tent
monster.
City, the desert.
He calls it a concentration camp. I mean, his own words. He's called it a concentration
Constant.
I
That
have to
guy's
look
a
that
piece-
up. That's hilarious.
He had people who literally weren't even convicted of anything, were just being held to be tried, and had them sitting out in the fucking weather, like it was a sauna.
People have
It's all right.
died in his prison camps.
Like,
Dog,
I'm-
if the name of the place was Tent City, dog, fight.
Okay, you shut the
What
fuck
was
up.
that?
He was convicted for contempt of court after the court told him that he had to do. I can't remember exactly what. I'd have to look into the case again. And
Well,
he
I'm
refused.
not going to
He was
defend Joe
held in
Arpaio.
contempt.
I don't care. Honestly, I don't give a
He
Yeah,
was
shit.
how you-
told to stop
whatever.
strictly. He was told to stop strictly targeting Mexicans.
Yeah,
And he said,
exactly.
"No,
with
fuck you
illegals,
guys.
yeah,
We're going to
yeah.
target." He was basically told to stop being an arm of the immigration, and he said, "Fuck off."
Wait, what's
Yeah.
wrong with being interested in what immigration's doing?
No, he was basically an arm of immigration. He was using state money to do federal business, and not only that, he was strictly targeting people that looked like
Wait.
Mexicans because he thought that
That-
they looked illegal.
That's funny. He's using state money that he got from the federal government to help the federal government.
Oh,
State money
what?
isn't necessarily from the federal government. State money is usually from state taxes. What are you
State
talking
money
about?
from
Bacon?
state taxes baked in.
That's right. It can be, boys.
Bacon, just stop flinging out in the darkness, bro.
Declan's like, Bacon, stop helping.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
The best thing that you can do when you get a headshot is you don't say anything. Fight back. Like Declan went, "Oh fuck," and then I don't fucking.
See, I disagree with you. I think that if you can, I abide by this principle that, like, no matter what happens, say something, right? But if you know you're getting beaten, you want to say things minimally. You want to respond minimally. To me, like, not saying anything is
Yeah.
a sign of being defeated.
But yeah, you can do one. Yeah, you can do one or the other. But saying, but ignore. I mean, it's weird because you want to be honest enough to say, yeah, that's true,
Yeah.
that can happen. But you
Generally, I agree, Declan. But the thing that you don't want to say is definitely, I don't want to enter that.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's like a clear sign of defeat. That's like you just lobbed my fucking head off. That's
Well, I was trying to copy Dio, how Dio does that. You know, you'll be arguing with him. You go, I'm not talking to you anymore. I'm not talking to you.
yeah, but the way you got to do it's how Dio does it, which is you like murmur on, right? What he does is
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
okay, you're muted. Anyway,
Yeah,
the retards are out of the conversation. So as I was saying,
Well, if I was gonna do
Yeah,
it about
so-
you, I'd do it the way Gus does it. All right, that's it. You're down the shitter. One more flushed.
Yeah, so Phoenix prosecutors argued that Arpaio intentionally violated the court order, which demanded his officers stop detaining people simply on the suspicion that they were in the country illegally, without any reasonable suspicion or without just cause.
And the law and order president pardoned him for that.
And under the U.S. No, I don't have a voice change. Under the U.S. law, you are not
How dare
allowed, in
he.
every single state in the country, you're not allowed to be stopped and asked for ID without reasonable suspicion of a crime.
Yeah, exactly. How dare
So
you
he was breaking everybody's
stereotype those
constitutional right
Mexicans?
and saying, fuck you, I don't care if I'm breaking your
No,
constitutional rights.
Bacon, are you-
I'm the sheriff.
Bacon, are you serious? Do you think somebody who's Hispanic should not have the freedom to travel freely in the United States?
I just keep throwing them, and Seth keeps jumping out of the water and catching them. It's fucking
No,
great.
yeah, because this is something you can't win on. I'm confident
Oh
in
my
this. This is a
God.
dumb thing for you to say. Like no one's gonna save you on this.
Shave me on what? I'm not dying anymore.
The dumbest
For
thing-
you to deny this, right? The idea
Deny
that
what? What
like,
am I denying?
I have to agree.
that Sheriff Arpaio did wrong
Having
wrong
brown skin
by
isn't-
stopping people merely for looking Hispanic.
Oh, I'm
That
not a
amounts
lawyer.
to a
I don't
law.
know. That's
That
fine,
amounts.
whatever.
I'm telling you,
Okay.
Bacon. I'm telling you that
You're
that
not a
amounts
lawyer
to if
either.
you're
Shut the fuck up.
right.
You're
I
not a
know,
lawyer.
that's
I
fine.
know, but I know the
Totally
law. I
understand.
read the newspaper and
That's
watched
fine,
YouTube
Bacon. I'm
videos.
not talking about the law. I'm just telling you
Only
what that
having
amounts
brown
to,
skin.
right?
Stop to
ID'd.
Right. What you're saying, Bacon, is basically if you look Mexican enough, you should just be stopped and harassed by the cops.
Oh
And
my
that's-
God, you don't know sarcasm, Seth. Shut the fuck. Chill out, dude. Relax, okay? It's okay.
Okay,
Like,
you take
show
it back.
up-
Great.
Sarcasm.
Arpaio is so stupid.
Sarcasm.
The guy is so stupid, right? He doesn't even understand the laws that he's supposed to be defending. This is what he was saying. If they don't like what I'm doing, he said, addressing his opponents, get the laws changed in Washington. He's breaking the law, and he's saying they should change what he's breaking. He doesn't even understand what the fucking law is. I'm not going to give it up. I'm going to continue to enforce state laws and federal laws. He's not enforcing anything. He's breaking shit.
Well, so I can't believe I'm gonna attack this issue, but it's because I love you, Bacon. So imagine this, right? Imagine this. Imagine that someone said, okay, someone's in the heart of Africa, right? And a villager runs up to you and says, a fucking lion, a pack of lions just took my son off, right? Just grabbed my son and drug him off from the village. Okay.
So now illegals are packs of lions. Jesus,
No,
Declan.
no, that doesn't follow at all. Doesn't follow at all. But listen, this is the sort of principle that I think might apply to the situation. So imagine that, right? Now, what if after doing that, when you went around looking for these lions, someone ran up to you and said something like, what are you doing profiling this fucking species, right? The fact of the matter is that something that looks like a lion who has maybe a tuft of hair on the top of their head, right, that walks on all fours is the person or the thing that is being described as committing what they thought the crime would be. And it's not immoral in and of itself to look for what the threat might have been. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but if you take away their constitutional rights so you can stop them and ID them, then there is a problem.
Well, I'm not arguing against that, right? That's not the thing that I'm
Well,
arguing
that's what Joe Arpaio did. So
that's
what
fine, but it seems the heart of this issue is whether is racial profiling, right? This
no,
is
no. The heart of the
crux
issue is whether you're allowed to stop somebody and ID them
Uh-huh.
without just cause, without reasonable suspicion.
So you're fine though with racial profiling then?
But I'm just saying that we're not talking about racial profiling.
Well, I just want to find out if you're okay with racial profiling because it seems it's
I'm okay
intertwined,
with
right?
racial profiling in the prosecution of an actual case. Like if they're looking for if there's a break-in and they're looking for a black guy, yeah, it might be okay to stop a guy. That's
Okay, then we're good,
like the guy
right?
who
If you're
tried.
fine, I just wanted to make sure that we were on the same page because whether you like it or not, there are two halves to the story. One of them is the fact that he's stopping people, right, without just cause, and
But
the other
it's
half
not-
of it seems
right.
to be that he's racial profiling while doing it. So I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page there.
If there's specific instances of racial profiling where they're actually looking for somebody when they know a crime has been committed is different than just stopping brown people because they might be illegal.
Okay, if you agree with racial profiling in that context, then we're good.
Yeah, I think it's absurd to say that you shouldn't. That I mean, if you're looking for somebody of a particular race and you find somebody of that particular race in the area that they're supposed to be in, and you stop them because they might be a suspect, that's an absurd thing to say that's
Fucking
unjust racial profiling.
Dear Jovonn trying to stir shit there. Declan compare Mexicans to a pack of lions. Fucking dick.
Yeah, it actually is grounds to stop you and ID you if you're actually in the vicinity of a nearby place that was robbed, and you actually meet the description of the person, then that gives them reasonable suspicion to stop an ID.
Right. So that's a lot of people, though. A lot of people disagree with you on that, and I would actually wager that a lot of people who are angry with this guy are of that ilk, right? Like a lot of this has really nothing. Like a lot of them, I don't think, this is just a speculation, but I don't think give a flying fuck about whether they were stopped without due cause, right? A lot of those people don't give a fuck about that. The fact of the matter is that he stopped them because they were fucking Mexican, and he's probably racist.
Right, but I don't care what the people thought, because I only care about what the ruling of the case against him was and what he was actually doing. And what the ruling of the case was had nothing to do with racial profiling. It was just the fact that he was stopping people on grounds that he thought they were illegal, and checking them without ID with that was reasonable suspicion, breaking their constitutional rights. That's what I had a problem with. And that's what the courts had a problem. Now, other people can have their own problems with whatever the fuck he does. I don't care what their problems is with him.
Yeah, it's like this whole issue of fucking racial profiling has always pissed me off for that reason. Like,
I don't care about the tent city. I don't care about the pink underwear. I don't care about any of that. Though I do care that people died in his care. Mainly, the things that I, those are the main things that I care about with Joe Arpaio, right?
Yeah, that motherfucker was hardcore. Like, I was watching a documentary a few years ago, and like he had them all outside in tents and shit, and like he gave him a TV, but he connected the TV to a fucking. I think they connected the TV to a fucking.
Really good program. I think that could have been a really good program.
He connected their TV to a fucking a bike that was stationary. And in order for them to watch TV, someone had to always be running the bike to create the electricity. Like that motherfucker.
There's a lot of stuff in there that I thought was cool. Like I thought a lot of stuff like that was really cool. The tent city could have been cool, but he didn't seem
it's
to
not
care.
in 100-degree weather. It's not really cool though.
Exactly. You can't work them to death, which is exactly what he did in some instances. But the idea of a harsh condition tent city prison sounds like a pretty cool program.
The thing that annoys me too is the right, who are supposed to be all about the constitutional rights and all this other shit, are the people who will accept what he did and say they don't care what he did just simply because they don't like illegals or they don't.
Yeah, there are a lot of people on the right, especially like you'll find a lot of them down south. Like I agree with you on that.
Yeah, it's just people that just fucking throw away all their principles as soon as they see somebody they don't like getting something that they think they deserve. Or somebody that they like that they think they're getting something they don't deserve, like Sheriff Arpaio. Like they think he was hard on people, so they like that, and they want him to be pardoned, so he got pardoned, they love it. Even though he did break the law and he violated people's constitutional rights, they don't give a fuck about that. We have people sitting in jail right now just for having a little bit of weed on them. But Sheriff Arpaio violated people's constitutional rights and killed people in his fucking jail. But that he's out there fucking walking around all free.
Well, that's what happens when fucking corruption enters the government. It's just the way it's going to be. And it's never going to change.
Did anyone see Sheriff Clark's interview with, oh my God, what's his?
The black sheriff?
Yeah, he was on Sheriff Cohen. He was on Sacha Baron Cohen's. Oh no, it's really good. He's on Who Is America, and Sacha Baron Cohen talks to him about Antifa, and he starts talking about Antifa.
I love South.
And Sacha Baron Cohen keeps putting it back in the context of 1930s Germany. He keeps asking questions about, oh yeah, because you definitely don't want to take sides with fascists versus anti-fascists in 1930s Germany, and he agrees. And he keeps stipulating, yeah, you definitely don't want to take sides against fascists, especially in 1930s Germany, and Clark agrees. Again, it's like, what?
Wait, I want to make sure I understand your position here. Do you think that the Trump administration is fascist?
I think Trump has some autocratic tendencies. I think it is fascist in a lot of ways. It's not uniquely fascist. It's fascist.
At the very least, you can tell that Trump's trying to get it that way.
Do you think?
Well, I don't
that,
even know if he's trying. I think he's stumbling into it. But yeah, I think there's a lot of his tendencies are fascistic. Yes.
Do you think the U.S. government is fascist?
No. I think that his
Okay.
tendencies are fascistic, and if he had it his way, not on purpose, he's not trying to make a fascist government. I just think that when somebody of his ilk gets into government and the things that he wants to do, those things are fascist, right? One of the things that he actually ran on was he wants to make it easier for people to sue the press for libel.
Okay.
Right. He
I
wants
just
to
wanted
actually be
to
able to
make
sue-
sure because the shit that I hear Antifa fucking shouting out seems to be bullshit. Seems to be complete bullshit.
Yeah, I don't
That
agree
includes
with
the label being put on the label fascist being put on anyone that disagrees with them.
I agree, and I like the term anti-fascist. I don't agree with violent uprisings against fascist protests because I think that's a really dumb thing that Antifa does because that
It just gets people against them. That's all it does.
in history, that's always the move that happens that brings fascists into more power. It's like, oh yeah, look at these dangerous thugs that are like bashing our heads in when we try to march in the streets. We need to definitely, we need more power so we can crack down on that. It's like it's asinine. It's like they have no idea, no sense of history.